Welcome back to Midway Street Cars. As you can see, we have a packed house, all the cars stocked onto one side, and that big empty space is why. Boom. Got my manual. Jackie printed it off for me because I don't know how to do that stuff. And the plan is to start putting up the lifts today. Got the 4-post lift laying here. It's going to go somewhere in this big empty space, and then we'll figure out maybe, who knows, 2,600 page manual or whatever it is. I don't know. It's a lot of pages. See if we can get it done. What the heck is that cat doing over there? Hey cat, why are you not helping? It's not break time. That's something you don't see every day. That's a big guy. That thing is huge. Howdy, boss. Spider-Man and up the side of the shelf, huh? Runways are in, no problem. Got some plumbing and electrical and leveling and etc. But we will be lifting cars in no time, hopefully. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, I bet he don't like it. I bet he don't like that. Yeah. Yeah, you did good. Good job. Hi, Sandy. All right, so there you have it. We have a 4-post lift. It's large and in charge, and it is up. So exciting, man. Haven't had a lift in a few months. Been getting antsy. Now we can go back to doing, race car maintenance and service and all the good stuff. This 4-post lift really comes in handy on the race car stuff. Like, I'm always changing bars and, theories and ideas and trying stuff and changing tire sizes and stuff. And man, this thing makes it nice and easy. Used to be on the big tire stuff, I never felt like a 4-post lift would get it close enough. But man, on the small tire stuff, it's been a real big help, especially like it's got the turnbuckles up front so you can do alignments in the front and everything without, you can jack it up and down without worrying about rolling it back and forth and all that. So I am the Excite. Need to get some air compressor plumbing up and over down to there and run some electrical from over there to here, and we'll do the final leveling and plumb level square straight. You know how it goes. And then bolt the post down. But yeah, that is it. And this thing will lift everything from a 4-wheeler, a golf cart, a race car, to a 1-ton dually. This runway over here adjusts back and forth so you can get the width right, and very exciting. Probably put a 2-post lift over here somewhere. Not sure yet, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe one over there somewhere. Not sure yet, but
For sure?
I mean 400% sure. Yeah, that'd be a trip to a faraway hospital, and hopefully they have the shit to fix it. Get him out of the road, mama. What you doing, bro? Can't park there. Can't park there. That's right next to the road. Move it or lose it. Got that lift all going. Got it all plumbed in from the compressor outside. Built a little compressor room over there. It's all done. I got it wired, rock and roll. I'm gonna start putting that lift up right around in here. I gotta move these vehicles out of the way, and it gives me an excuse to test out the new, or not the new, but to test out the lift. Make sure I did it right. car looks good out there in the sunlight. I need some windows? It's got all the windows in it. What do you mean? Oh, streetcar windows? Nah. Quick little tip on these deals. If you ever install your own or have your own lifts in your shop, these buttons. So if your button looks like this, it could be a problem. Now, I've gotten used to it because I use them all the time, you know, forever over the years. I've gotten used to it. But if you have a new person or someone in the lift that's helping, it can get stressful. So we installed a shutoff switch, and I'm going to show you why. So this cuts the power to the lift. Nothing happens. But when someone's using the lift, if they push this button and they push it at an angle down, like that right there, see what happens? See that? It gets stuck. Now, this one's still a little dirty. I have to clean it, but it doesn't matter if it's clean or dirty, or doesn't matter. It will stick like that every time if someone pushes on one side of the button, or one end of the button and not the other. It will stick. And then the car just keeps going up, keeps going up, keeps going up. Now, if the car is on there and it's sturdy and it's, on the post right, it's really not a big deal, because it's just going to go up until it hits that safety beam switch, and it's got a little micro switch right there. And so when it hits that, it'll shut the lift off and it won't crush anything or tear the car up. But it becomes more of a problem when you're working on a car and say it's not 100% on there, or you have the scissor jack underneath it holding the rear end up, or you've got the motor out of the car. That's the last time that this happened, was at the other shop. I had the motor out of the car, one of the cars, I think it was Jackie's car. It was on the lift. Jackie was working on it. She just wanted to raise the car a little bit. And usually when I pull the motor out, I strap the car chassis to the arm in the front, because the car gets real front heavy. So when you try and raise it up, it'll just flip over. So she went to raise it up just a little bit, knowing that, it's not gonna hurt anything just to go up a little bit. Even if the car teeters a little, the back tires are still, on the ground or whatever. And what happened was that got stuck and she didn't realize that's what happened. She just thought the lift malfunctioned, and it was just taking the car up, and the car was held down in the back. I was outside of the shop washing a car in the back, and she yelled my name, and I came in, and she was literally holding all her legs were off the ground. She was holding the front of the car, trying to keep it from flipping over off the lift. And I had to run over, and basically ran over, saw that the lift was like that. I ran over and hit this a bunch of times, and it quit. But in the future, if that happens, we have a safety switch. So as long as someone has the awareness to know, oh, something's wrong, they reach up, I'll maybe a good idea to put a little arrow and a note of emergency shut off and paint this deal red or something, so that way they know. But That's why we did those emergency shut-off switch on both lifts. And we didn't have those in the other shop. And it is good to have, because if something does malfunction in the motor and it gets stuck on or off, or capacitor goes bad and the motor won't engage and it's just sitting there buzzing, and you know, before it trips everything and burns up wires or trips a breaker, it'll shut off. You can just shut that switch off. So that's why we did that switch. Just a little, you know, safety precaution. Safety first. Okay, so I wasn't really able to film this. I wanted to, but it was kind of a mess because I don't have a 10 or 12 foot step ladder, and I didn't want to go get one. So I used the extension ladder and put it up against the trusses, and then I backed the truck in and put my 6 foot ladder in the back of the truck, and basically had to carry that beam up into the back of the truck. And then Jackie stood on one end of the pickup and I went on the other, and she helped me get it straight. And then I carried it up the ladder and put it on top of the posts. As you can see, had a little issue here. So, you know, on my normal stuff, I usually go full crazy on taking measurements and all that, but on this deal, I just threw it up there. And what I noticed was, it was too tall. And I called Benpack and was like, hey, this thing's way up in the air. You guys have a shorter lift or something that we could fit in here? And they don't make the asymmetric lift anymore. And I don't want anything but an asymmetric lift. The other lifts, the posts are straight and the front arms stick out that way. And you run the arm under the car, and it takes up more room. You don't have as much room to open and close the door. Car has to be further forward in the lift. It's not ideal. I don't like them. I like the asymmetric lift. So I asked them, is it a problem if I just go over the truss or the truss? And they said, as long as the lift isn't touching it anywhere, and as long as the lift is structural in its own right outside of the truss, and the truss is structural outside of the lift, you haven't changed anything, everything will work great. So that's what I did. I just went over it. Yeah. That's it. And as you can see on the other lift over there, I was worried about that cross beam right here that went from there to there. I was worried about that and cut it out, but I don't think, I mean, I definitely didn't need to on race car stuff, but maybe on the Escalade or a dually or something, I'd maybe need to cut that out. But so on this one, I'm gonna wait and see, but I may need to cut this one out. It still has the front one and it still has the back one here, but I may need to cut that out and rerun that electrical like around. But yeah, so there you go. Sometimes things just work out. It's kind of weird looking, but it doesn't affect either one of them. So we're gonna go with it, and I am happy. What you doing, pal? Hen? Does it look like a hen? Yeah.
Scratching. She just looked at you like you're ruining her day. She said, wow, sounds like a handsome man. Truly says that your sound. Look at him.
Sneaky boy.